Well, thank you all for joining me. So, this is the first of some more meditations that are going to be coming over the next few weeks indefinitely. So, we'll keep it going as long as people are participating. And so, I won't necessarily always be the teacher, but it'll be me or one of our other teachers or someone in the community that is trying to offer some meditations for the community at large. And so that's what we're here today doing. And so we'll keep the meditations pretty short. So whether you've had any experience meditating or not, they'll be completely accessible. And we'll be doing different types of meditation over the different times. So you'll learn as you experience meditation a bit more that some forms are going to be easier for you than others. And so if something doesn't quite work for you, don't worry. You can always revert back to a method that does. And so we're going to find a comfortable seat. And so when I say a comfortable seat, when we're meditating, we really don't want our body to be uncomfortable. So for some people, sitting in a chair or sitting up against a wall or elevating your hips is going to be much more comfortable than sitting on the ground. You don't have to sit cross-legged, so you can have your legs in any position that's comfortable for you. We just want a position that we're not going to be tempted to fall asleep in. Other than that, it's wide open for you to sit in any way that's comfortable for you. And so take a moment to find that base, something that allows your sits bones to connect to the surface beneath you comfortably. And then we'll allow our spine to lengthen. We'll sit up nice and tall. We'll close our eyes. Let our arms rest down by our sides. We're just going to take a moment and allow ourselves to settle in. We'll start to turn our attention to the fact of our breath. And so we're just going to begin. And so we're going to use our breath as a place to focus to begin, without forcing our breath to be anything. We're just going to start to let our attention come to the fact of our breath. And as we begin to connect with the fact of our breath, we let this breath be a place for our mind to rest. It doesn't mean that our mind will stop wandering, but it means we begin to become an observer, to notice when our thoughts start to wander. We make a conscious decision to say not now and bring ourselves back to our breath. And so we do that with a sense of loving kindness towards ourselves, towards whatever thoughts arise, letting them float in and float right back out with just as much ease as they arrive. And so we'll stay without making our breath be anything or do anything. Instead, it's more of a place to support our mind. And we allow ourselves to rest here. Meeting ourselves with loving kindness when we feel thoughts arising. We notice it. We let it go when we come back to our breath. Remembering that this is a practice. It doesn't mean that our mind will completely stop and clear, but it's a practice of beginning to notice where our thoughts are going, noticing when they're moving, making a conscious decision to bring ourselves back. If you begin to notice any physical discomfort arising, first notice if you can disconnect from it. But if it stays, feel free to move. You don't have to force yourself to be rigid, but instead you open to the experience. If you feel yourself wandering, you come back to your breath. You feel thoughts arising. You let them float in and float right back out with just as much ease as they arrive. You meet yourself with loving kindness. You come back to your breath. If you feel any discomfort arising in your body or your mind, first see if you can come back to your breath and disconnect from it. If you can't, allow yourself to move if you need to move. Can we meet ourselves with loving kindness? Can we come back to the sound and the feel of our breath, letting this be a place for our mind to rest? So we take a few moments and start to gradually allow ourselves to reawaken. Maybe you gently begin to crack your eyes and then close them again. Doing that a few times, taking your time. To come out of the meditation slowly. You can start to move your fingers and your toes, maybe gently move your neck or shoulders. And so you take your time to come back, allowing yourself to reawaken gradually. And then just take a moment to notice how you feel. Again, without any sense of judgment or ego. So the practice of meditation is just that, it's a practice. We find little moments of pause in between our thoughts without forcing them to be anything. And so we use it to begin to learn how to focus our mind and to actually make some changes in our nervous system and our brain. So the more we do it, the easier it gets, but there will always be days and times that it's easier and harder than others. So that was 10 minutes just to give you a little taste of a simple breathing meditation. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to us to ask us about it. But I do thank you for joining me, and we'll be saving these videos and posting them on social media so you can come back to them and do it again if you want. But then stay tuned and we'll do another one on Wednesday and another one on Friday. The time will vary depending upon the day, but we'll try to get the information out a little sooner than we did today. But thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste.